Oh my God.
Yeah.
I just got it.
Comes the hook.
God, if Frank Sinatra just lived long enough to cover Radiohead, I just
Black Hole Sun.
would have been a beautiful thing.
Then he threw me out because I was like, this doesn't sound like a radio song.
There you go.
Well, speaking of fun covers, you know what? Why not? I can play around. Another.
This would be the soundtrack for When Harry Met Sally and Afterthought.
It does, yeah.
Alright, where is the other one that I got recently?
Jesse, what's the audience looking like over there?
Oh, packed. You know,
Just wow.
it's a stab sellout. I'll start letting people know that we're doing a live show again someday. Here's this one. Sounds like so many different things until. Just gonna have fun with music today, guys. We're not doing a show. It was weird because when I first heard it, and I don't remember it from the original, this sounds that waver sounded. I thought this was like a cover of the Mandalorian theme song. It's about mood, yo. It's about mood.
It's just Silent Hill in Seattle in the mid-90s. Now we need a neo-noir Kids in America.
All right.
I would like some Ragtime for Raven.
A little bit more recognizable than this.
Somewhat?
I would like Ragtime for Raven.
Yes, yeah.
Thanks for doing my silly show, guys.
I'm happy to.
It gives me like Bond vibes.
It does. It definitely does.
You know, I was curious about Billie Eilish's song, and I was like, is she going to be able to pull off a Bond song? But she did a great job with it.
Good. I can honestly say to this day, I've still never seen a full Bond movie. Almost take pride in that.
Just say you've never seen a full Bond movie?
Yeah. Never once.
And is it a conscious decision?
Not strictly conscious, but I just don't have the interest.
Yeah. I feel like I have the same exact take on Die Hard. I'm not actively avoiding Die Hard. It's just never happened.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not going to make it happen.
Oddly, that I have seen.
Of course you have.
Yeah.
That's the one I've seen the most.
And you know what? Everybody shit on Goldmember when it originally
damn
came
funny.
out, but I think history is proven.
Yeah.
It's still good.
It's so good.
Now I'm going to have to contrive situations where you, like, I don't know, trip over a curb and then, oops, there's Die Hard. It's in your face. You're seeing it.
Make it happen.
Get it. Get your Die Hard. All right. there something I want for this last minute? I don't know. Let's see. I'm not gonna have enough time. Oh yeah, I will. Hold on. This stupid song. There it is. So good. So good. Get your own dumb stream. You can do whatever the fuck you want on it. Doesn't mean anybody will come and watch. But that's the price you gotta pay. Oh, but I want to wait for the... No, I don't have enough time. I mean, I can, but let's not. Yeah, it's true. I can do whatever the fuck. Wait. Oh, no, I can't. I can't justify it. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Oh, that was too abrupt. Welcome to the Stab Show, Corey's Kitchen Edition.
What are you making there?
That where did that one come from? Where's the burrito from?
Restaurant.
Is it Chanto's or is it? Oh no.
Not nearly.
Okay.
Cool like that.
Okay.
This is a small spot called Homeros.
Homeros.
Homeros. It's fine.
Yeah.
They do a good carnitas.
Okay.
Not much else that I could say great about the place
other
than pretty good carnitas.
There's stuff in a tortilla.
Yep.
And and it's XX extra.
Yes,
hot.
and this is a hot sauce. This is Melinda's extra hot original habanero sauce.
Triple X.
Yeah,
Triple X
it's a little triple X action.
It's Vin Diesel.
My wife brought that from home.
Ice-T Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like how every hot sauce has just like a random person's name in it.
Yeah.
Because anyone who makes a hot sauce is very proud about a hot sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they won't shut the fuck up about their hot sauce if they make a hot sauce and they need you to know about that hot sauce. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, too much vinegar.
Mm.
I will say that. Anytime you have someone's homemade hot sauce, too much vinegar.
Okay.
My name's Melinda, and I've killed 7 family members with this hot sauce.
Yeah. There's always the narrative. They have to bring the narrative into it.
Well,
But I mean, I appreciate the accountability in the hot sauce industry.
Mm.
Like, you want to know where it came from, who
Sure.
made it. You don't want just, I mean, a place doesn't cut it, a grocery store doesn't cut it. Like, if you stand behind it, like, you better put your name and hopefully a caricature of your own face on the front,
Yes.
or like a donkey's butt or something, right? Like a kick-ass,
Right.
Sure.
like a flaming donkey is okay.
It's- I want sustainable, locally sourced, cage-free, grass-fed hot sauce.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
perfect time for me to offer a plug for my friend. Empire's Comics Vault, if anybody knows him. Ben Schwartz, great guy, been running the place for, well, I was there when he took over. That was my shop right around the corner. And it has since morphed into, it is now, like, they officially, like, changed the name. It's like comics and hot sauce. He sells so many hot sauces, local and other just independent stuff. It's overtaking the business. So if you're interested in trying other can I find the word? I mean, hot sauce. Yes, but I mean, but the I don't know, the small independent sort of the hot sauciers. If you're interested in that,
Yeah, if you're kind of snobby about it.
Yes.
Which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm barely getting to the snobbiness of my hot sauce enjoyment.
Well, if you want to
very recently, so I'm definitely going to stop by there.
Yeah,
That
if you want to
sounds
dive into it, it's ridiculous now. I missed that change over when I was, I think, down in LA, and when I came back, I missed when it became a hot sauce porium. But so much. It's such a big part of the business now. So yeah, Empire's Comics Vault and hot sauce on Fulton right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's over
Ghost
on
Rider and Ghost Pepper.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wink, wink.
Oh.
My
much
hot sauce sense is tingling.
Also,
It's just my tongue. My tongue is my hot sauce
all
sense,
taste
and
buds
it,
on fire.
and it tingles.
It's on fire right now. Well, good to see everybody. Sean and I have been playing booking footsie for feels like a couple months at this point.
Yeah, we've been feeling each other's feetsies up under the table, just trying to fake each other out.
Just socks on socks. We have just been interlacing toes. I don't know. Is that how footsie works?
Yeah. Yeah, you have the long toes that just meet in the middle.
I mean, I wear toe shoes just for that purpose.
Sure.
Okay.
And also, in its own way, even more difficult, getting Christiana back in the building, or at least on a screen in the building. So, good to have.
Metaphysically in the building.
Yes.
Physically still in my building.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're still easing back into the world.
Sure.
I think when we move to Friday, which I think I've almost committed to,
I think you gotta.
moving to Friday in June, I think. Once we do that, it'll still be an option, but the locals, I'm going to have to ask that you try and come in.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
if we want to get people to come and see the damn thing, I think it's pretty reasonable.
We'll still have people like Kim and Tyler
exactly.
and stuff on the
I think
screen.
that's the great unifier is this bit of technology. I think that's fantastic that it's allowed us to, keep doing shows with people who otherwise it would not have been an option, So
well, I mean,
it's great.
Yeah, it fully opened the opportunities to having these people that we love back on the show and doing it like in front of. I mean, not that you're not enough, Jacqueline, but eventually, in theory, doing the show to more. I mean, you brought hot sauce from home. That was. So that was some forethought. This man is gonna need some hot sauce.
He will not be satisfied with the standard ordeal of the burrito. He's gonna need the hot sauce.
Bring it.
God, I'd marry her all over again if I could. The law won't let me.
What's funny is I think in very early pandemic days, I did a stab, and I don't know if it was with you or Jackie, but it was when you were like, I don't know what we're doing with our wedding.
Yeah, probably. It was probably one of the two of us, because that was the feeling for a while.
Yeah.
Because it was like, do we cancel yet, or do we postpone? Because it was the idea of like, should we postpone and then look like jackasses when we postpone the postponement?
Yeah.
So it's like, let's
keep
just
kicking
stop.
it down the road.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, glad you went for just the quickie court style.
Yeah.
And then you could.
Quick and dirty.
Yeah. And did you, because it makes sense to just get that out of the way, just get the paper.
Yeah.
Did you then, or are you still planning some sort of big to-do, like for friends and family?
So that had been
Yeah.
the plan. But again, kind of the same thing of just like, the farther we get away from it, this is Jacqueline's thought on it mostly, but she said this before, just like the farther we get away from it, the less special it even feels. Yeah. So at this point, I don't know, I kind of see an opportunity of just like whenever like the 5-year anniversary rolls around, maybe that'll be a nice excuse to have, friends and family
For
over.
Sure.
But other than that, I mean, who cares?
Yeah. Just wait and give yourselves a wedding quinceañera.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Both of you in big dresses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So much cake. All right, you know what? I think let's do a thing.
Yeah.
Got some.
What are we doing?
We're gonna play some Jackbox games.
Oh, okay. Great.
We know you've worked really hard on these prompts.
Yeah, just put that in
we're
the
gonna
pocket.
say fuck it. Let's just play some Jackbox games.
Quiplash for an hour here. Yeah, we got some folk in the streams. I'm happy enough with that. This is technically still a podcast. Oh, I like that idea too. Surprise each other with a wedding. Just have a surprise wedding. Just like a birthday party.
Yeah.
no.
I'm sure that would work. My wife loves things that are unexpected.
Yeah. Boo! I do. All right, let's do a program. I think tomorrow I'm going to sit down and edit a handful of these.
You oughta.
I'm gonna try.
Get a wild
what?
hair up your ass and start doing your job.
Treat yourself. Treat yourself.
I know. I think by treating myself, I'm also treating the ones of people out there that download and listen to this show. All right, let's do the thing.
Roughly 24 to 92 hours
You
ago,
seem loud.
Stab's
Alston.
team of comedy scientists commissioned 3 specific humorists
Cool it, Alston.
to give various potentially comedic takes on several random topics, which they will now perform for the first and likely last
There we go.
time in front of a
Keep scrolling.
live
There it is.
studio audience in a show called Stab.
Stab is now!
New catchphrase?
Yeah.
New catchphrase right out the gate.
Right out of it. Stab, a show that would bite the hand that fed it, then demand dessert. Let's introduce tonight's panel. Our first panelist likes to stare down his breakfast every morning to establish dominance. He's a member of the Dregs of Craigs podcast, and Sean Crandall.
Hey, everybody.
Our second panelist used to just be some dude's rib. She's an amazing improviser. It's Christiana. And our third panelist.
Best intro ever. I'm never coming back to that.
Our third panelist can't not slap every bear ham they see in a butcher shop. It's co-host of Warm Takes. It's Corey Behringer. And I'm your host, Jesse Jones. Do not inflate above 40 PSI. Welcome to the Stab Show. Before you forget, set that alarm you need for tomorrow. We'll wait. Let's meet tonight's panelist. Sean, hey there.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah?
Or at least I'm lying about being great.
I mean,
And
aren't
that's
we
what
all?
counts.
Aren't we all? Isn't every day just a little lie to ourselves and those around us?
Now I'm great.
Look, you got to get good at it sometime, and practice. I'm getting my 10,000 hours of lying practice in, so I can become
Yeah.
an expert.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great line on a resume. Good to see you, Sean. I know you guys have been taking a break around here. Is it just full on hiatus mode over at Dregs, or are you guys firing things back up? What's the deal?
No, we're starting to do episodes again. It was just
Okay.
like a weird sort of little point there where a lot of things were happening in all our lives.
Sure, that's fair.
And you try and keep a schedule, and it's hell.
Yeah.
Now we're getting back into it.
Well, good. I won't ask you guys for May, but I'll see you in June. Get you guys back either in person or streaming. Either way, we love Dregs of Craigs around here. You guys are wonderful.
You.
And enjoy taking a little bit of time away from the terrible depths of depravity that is Craigslist.
Yeah, yep. And then diving right back in. It's sort of like, oh man, I love to be away from the sludge, but it is my job.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna dive right back into the sludge
Yeah.
without thinking about it.
Sort of sadly feels like home.
It does. It does.
Oh, I missed this feeling between my toes. Yeah. Oh, Craigslist.
It's burning a little bit,
But still cold.
I feel
in a
boils
weird-
developing as I speak.
Yeah. Well, glad you guys are coming back around. Glad you got a little bit of a break from it. And glad to have you back. It's been too long. You've been missed. Speaking of too long, oh my. Hey, it's Christiana. Hi there.
Guys, how have you been?
Oh, you know.
How's your pandemic been going?
Oh, super duper. Let's not get into
I
it.
love the panini.
There you go. There you
It's
go.
it's
Hot
been
and fresh.
great. Yeah, good to see you back.
It's good to be here. I'm happy to be here. Excited to be here with Sean. I was gonna say, I think it's probably neck and neck in terms of like who I've known longer between Jesse and Sean. I think Sean edges out like just a little bit, but it dates back to my arrival in the grand city of Sacramento.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Jesse, I think I don't think you were living here when I moved here. I think you were, like, you came back when I was here.
Yeah.
It was like, who's this guy who's all like fancy walking back in like he runs the joint? And look at you now.
Yeah, I run a different joint after I was thrown out of the old one.
But no, I mean, it's good to be here. I've done nothing much lately, but somehow that nothing takes up a lot of time. So this is good. And thank you for letting me cop out and do it on Zoom, because pants are a lot now and shoes are a lot now. Places,
they're a lot.
Cars, people. But we are convening a family meeting later to discuss whether we are ready to go see the new Doctor Strange.
Ah, sure.
In person. I don't know.
Yes.
Like me. Like this is where we're going in the world. So yeah.
So you haven't returned to big gatherings like theaters yet?
No, I went to the aquarium in Long Beach last week, and there were a lot of people. And I was uncomfortable.
Sure. Yeah. No.
Well, Long Beach, too. I imagine a lot of unmasked.
Everything's
coughing
over,
all over the place.
But I mean, that's like everybody, I think. A lot of like children who are dirty and germy to begin with. I know I have one. So.
It wouldn't be so bad if the beach wasn't so long.
Yeah.
Just I could handle it if it was a short, dirty beach, but it's so long.
Yeah. It can be two beaches. It could
You want a chode beach.
I want a chode beach. Yeah. Give me a tuna can of a beach.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Christiana.
Thank you.
This is the level that you've missed. Chode Beach.
It's been just this good.
Sinking back down into the muck.
Yeah. Pick the hair out from between your teeth. Welcome to Chode Beach. Oh, well, welcome back. Good to have you. Looking forward to hearing what you did again. Corey Behringer.
Hey.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm doing great.
I see you.
My wife brought me a burrito to the show with some hot sauce, and I got a can of Coca-Cola and a water bottle. I am comfy as shit. I am so excited to do the show because I'm also not too full from it.
Oh,
I think a couple weeks ago I made the mistake of having too much Thai food next door before I attempted to host the mic here, and that was awful.
Logie.
But I feel good with this amount of food that I've had on my tummy.
Yeah. Well, it's off screen, right? It's just off screen. Yeah. I'd say 3 solid bites left.
I mean,
you knew where to stop.
2 of my bites.
Well, yeah, I'm like just a regular.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. No. I stopped myself because I was also thinking considerately of my co-panelists. Mm-hmm. I wasn't about to munch down during their prompts.
Well,
this is purely an introduction meal.
Okay. Good thing we have several pre-shows.
Yeah. Exactly.
To get you through
it gave me plenty of time to eat a very large burrito.
Yeah. Welcome to the 20 minutes that it takes to get this show started. We're gonna have to condense that somehow. All right, guys. Well, welcome, Corey. Welcome the rest of y'alls. Let's begin the program proper. Oh, that's loud, too. What are we doing here? Oh, it's like I haven't done this a bunch. Let's turn that down slightly. And edit. No, I'm not going to edit this thing. Segment 1. It's reorganization. It's how we always start. Deal with it. Home ownership is likely just a pipe dream for most any of us anymore. I mean, unless you're the kind who can keep buying them and make it a nice rental property to help support buying your next house and driving prices to the moon without ever caring about the system you're destroying. Which is why an abbreviation like ARM, or adjustable rate mortgage, really means next to nothing to me, now or likely for all time. So how about we just forget about the sad actual meaning of ARM and instead come up with who or what else ARM might stand for or represent to you. Sean Grendel.
So if you've been on the internet lately, it's likely you've heard of the popular new video game Elden Ring.
Yes.
Fans love this new entry in the punishing and darkly fantastical Souls series from Software. and they love to make fan art and memes about their favorite enemies and bosses in the game. My personal favorite boss is Admonished Riftwalker Mark. ARM, in shorthand. The lore behind him is real neat, too. He was banished from a celestial house party for getting drunk and taking off his pants. They destroyed the pants, sent them to another dimension, and now he wanders the planes of existence like a cursed porky pig, looking for his pants. He does double damage to any player wearing pants, so it is suggested that you Donald Duck the entire encounter.
Yeah, well, that explains all the shirt cocking I've been seeing in Elden Ring.
Yes, absolutely.
Just out there slapping around, flapping around those two.
That's
cans.
Mark. That's Mark.
Oh, Mark.
He makes them players take off them pants. It's just loincloths.
Just banishes those pants. Thank you, Sean. Can easily say that I did not expect to go there. Christiana, welcome back to the show. ARM, what you got?
So, have you ever run into people who are too agreeable? Like, you're trying to figure out, friend, maybe like a romantic partner, where do you want to go to lunch? Doesn't matter to me, wherever. What, do you want to see a movie? Whatever. Like, what do you want to do this weekend? I don't care. You pick. And they just won't make a decision about anything ever, right? They're just, sure, they're chill to a fault. And it's just maddening, but you can't get mad because, like, how can you get mad at someone who's just, kind of there? There's a term for these people, and it uses an older hyphenate version of the word all right, so it's your A and your R. It's an all right Matthew, somebody who adopts a McConaughey level of like, all right, whatever. You've never seen them smoke anything. So this is not a like pot-induced level of chill. It's just an inability. It's not indecisiveness. It's an unwillingness to make a decision that can often lead to a messy breakup, homicide, or just a lot of like wasted time in the parking lot of one of those shopping centers where it's like, you're parked equally between the BJ's and the Chili's and the Applebee's, and like, none of them are great, but you got to go to one of them, and the other mofo in the car just like won't commit. That's all right, Matthew. I don't need him.
Oh man, I don't know. I hate to rush to the all right Matthew's defense, but it sounds like more of a you problem.
Oh, so we got someone white knighting for the all right Matthews in the chat.
Because they are just super chill and down for anything.
All right, Matthew.
Well, I'm sorry. Actually, thank you, Christiana. Sound like a nice guy. They're down for anything.
Yeah.
They have a skimboard in their trunk.
They do, but they won't commit to which beach to go to use it because they're like Long Beach, Chode Beach, I don't care.
Anywhere with a chill body of water, Matthew's fine. It's just a skim. You throw it, you run, you go for a couple seconds, and then you hop off.
No commitment.
No. Yeah. It's a perfect conveyance.
Yeah. You're not dipping, you're skimming.
Yeah. All right. Oh, look at that guy. That must be fun. All right, I've seen it enough. Moving on. All right. Sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to so vehemently come to the aid of the all right Matthews out there. They're just a nice guy. Corey.
Hey.
Let's wrap up the first segment already with your ARM.
Look at you. Fresh out the factory. First day. Walking around, seeing what's what and what not. I see they make them real shiny now. So fancy. Go ahead. Turn around. Do a little spin. Let me see what all that money bought me. That's one tight metal took us right there. I bet it's programmed to clap, huh? I bet it is. Everything seems to be present and accounted for just like I ordered, including, but not limited to, your broad shoulders. So broad, but not too broad. Your hands are equipped with kung fu grip. Safety measures optional. We won't be needing those, though, will we? Oh, but what's this? Why, I hadn't expected such a bonus feature. What would a machine even use nipples for? Ah, who cares? They're marvelous, and so are you. You know what you are? You know what you are? You're just a areola robot man. That's what you are.
Let me just get over here to this sound effect. Okay. Look at you. Not even a nipple in the middle of it. Nope. Just an areola.
Just areolas.
Just smooth button of a. All right. Thank you for it.
You're welcome.
Look at you.
Oh my God.
Appropriate response.
Number 5 is ready to breastfeed.
Oh, great. Now I have to go watch Short Circuit again. And just imagine the whole different track it could have taken.
Remember Brownface? There's Brownface in that movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
80s.
Yeah.
We miss you.
Yeah. Terrible. Terrible.
Yeah. Well.
I like ruining movies.
Yeah.
I like letting people know they shouldn't enjoy the things they enjoy.
That's fair. Yeah, there's a lot of bad things in 80s movies.
Yeah.
It was the time, guys. We're gonna be apologetic,
Yeah.
like
it was okay then.
Yeah. Like, oh, Grandpa, he just grew up in a different age. The age was the 80s now, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, think about it. All right. Let's quickly stop thinking about that and move on to segment 2, bulletin board. A centralized break room is essential to the proper workings of any good establishment. A kitchenette, where everyone can just relax and unwind while grumbling about who left what or who took what from the fridge. Brings us all together, which is why the bulletin board is essential to these spaces. Leave your semi-important information in this high-traffic area, and someone's bound to read it, right? So in bulletin board, you're asked to give us 3 close parentheses, things you might find on a bulletin board hung in the break room of a physical manifestation of a specific imaginary place. That is a lot of enunciation. Today's break room resides in the physical manifestation of passive aggression. If passive aggression had a break room, what might you find on its bulletin board? Guys! 111-222-333. You know how segment 2s generally work. So, Sean, let's hear your first break room bulletin board item in the kitchenette of passive aggression.
My grandma always said, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Which is why when I was fired today by management for a mistake Charlie clearly made, I decided to turn the other cheek. I wanted to impart a gift to all my fellow co-workers, the gift of learning. And because I'm the only one who knows how to use our proprietary database software, I thought you all should get the chance to learn. I've locked all important documents from the shared drives deep in the program for you to figure out how to get. Farewell, chums.
That's nice. It's nice. It seems actively aggressive. But I don't know how passive
But it was
aggression
tonally
works.
passive.
Yeah. I had a hard time with
passive.
this one.
In
if
practice,
you can't tell.
it was aggression.
Yeah. That's fine because, I don't know exactly how this works either. So I'm okay. It's all up for grabs. Christiana, you've got a resting demeanor that looks like you know a lot about. I'm sorry. Let's hear your first.
Way to make like an welcome her back.
Yeah, no, she's giving the appropriate response. Yeah, Christiana, let's. I feel bad now. Let's hear your first passive aggressive post.
Look, nothing, okay?
Yeah. Just a sticky note.
I could have done that.
Ah.
God damn it.
Yeah. when you got it, you can do it in 3 words. It's just a sticky note on the fridge, all lowercase. I was gonna say it was in all caps, but I think it's all lowercase. Look, nothing. Okay? Just, All right, Matthew. Corey, let's wrap up our first trip around the bulletin board of passive aggression.
Attention, Heather in accounts receivable. Keep microwaving fish in the break room. Everyone loves it, and no one resents you.
There we go. That's the tone that I'm familiar with. Not because I microwave. Just because I walk away from the popcorn and I burn it. It happens.
This guy loves lutefisk. He's got it written all over him. He's crazy for. He's loony for lutefisk.
Nummy in my tummy. I'm just trying to share with everyone. Sean, second time around. Passive aggression bulletin board, go.
Per my last bulletin board note, it would be appreciated if everyone held to the chore spreadsheet I made. As you know, I am a worldly person and respect all the varied ways in which we all live. So of course I don't mind that half of your cubicles look like a goblin family has been squatting in an abandoned Arby's. That's just cultural differences. But in shared spaces, we should make it as clean and comfortable for all people in the office. Thanks.
All right. I see what I did here. And now, doesn't matter what anybody says for the remaining, let's call it 40 minutes. Just going to be imagining a goblin family squatting in an Arby's.
It's honestly kind of cute. I like it.
I don't blame the family because they got the meats.
They do.
They got the meats. And
Where else are you
going to
take your family? If you're trying to provide for your family, you're going to take them where the meats are.
Yeah. That's just good goblin.
Yeah.
Goblin.
It's Goblin 101.
Yeah.
Really.
He's a hardworking goblin father.
Yeah. Thank you, Sean. Christiana, second passive aggression bulletin board.
There's a moment I had an image of little goblin bootstraps that he's pulling himself. It's a flyer, and it's on that aggressive, like, yellow neon copier paper, and it says, "Your mom," in quotes, "doesn't work here." The picture of like a clip art of a sink. Your mom.
Yeah. Yeah. That's I don't think that's exclusive to this particular break room. I believe that's
It is, well,
I believe
it
that's
started here though. That's what people don't know. It started. We were the first.
Yeah, that is laminated and tacked to so many kitchenette walls.
But it's somehow still water stained inside.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how, but it just is.
Well, it started
deliberate at this point.
Thank you, Christiana. I'm feeling worse and worse with each one. Glad there's 4 more. Corey, your second time around.
Okay, I guess we're just shoving thumbtacks onto people now. Very cool, very progressive. No. It's fine. I shouldn't complain. I'm just a bulletin board. They made sentient for one bit on a comedy show. I should be so lucky.
Oh, you know what? It's the first time, I believe, that we've gotten the perspective of the bulletin board. So, so well done. Breaking new ground every time.
That's what I do.
Oh, we couldn't have gotten a chalkboard. That's just, they like getting shit rubbed on them. All right.
It's not a comedy theater. It's a comedy workshop.
Yes.
We're inventing here.
Yes. Just rolling new ideas out. We got to open up the second door. We're rolling them out. Sean, let's finish up our third time around, or start our third time around. Finish up. You know what? Just passive aggressive me.
Yeah, here's my third note where I clearly don't understand passive aggression.
That's right.
My child is selling candy for a school fundraiser. All plenty of favorites available: Zagnuts, Charleston Chews, Abba Zabbas, Mary Jane's, Chuckles, Clark Bars, Idaho Spuds, O. Henry's, Chick-a-Sticks, and of course everyone's favorite type of M&M, white chocolate key lime pie. I'd recommend you buy plenty and often, especially if you're the type of person that doesn't like being ratted out to HR for participating in the after-work cockfighting ring you all think no one knows about in the warehouse. $2 a pop.
Oh, man. Oh. Mike and Ike's wax lips. I'm trying to finish filling out your list of the worst candies.
Circus peanut.
Oh, see, I was gonna add circus peanuts and stuff like Necco wafers, but I love both of those. So everybody can go.
I'll give you Necco wafers. I won't go with you to circus peanuts.
God, I love circus peanuts. They're so terrible. And I love.
Hey, I get on Abba Zaba.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
No, I think I universally hated pretty much everything that you said. No, if you get softer circus peanuts, not the hard. You know what? I'm not here to defend circus peanuts right now. I will, but this is not my job right now. Thank you, Sean. Corey. No. Christiana.
No. Yes.
I'm figuring it out. I got so many. Christiana, let's hear your
Fine.
third.
It's one of those flyers with a little like cuts at the bottom, so you can take a tab, and it's for anger management classes. But all the tabs are there. So.
Nice. Evocative. Again, don't even need it's all right there. Thank you, Christiana. Corey, let's wrap this up. The break room bulletin board of passive aggression.
My daughter is also selling candy to raise money for a school trip we can't afford. But you're not gonna do that, right? You're gonna politely decline? You're gonna say you're trying to eat healthy, but I guess that starts tomorrow since you're reading this while reheating a pizza. You know, plus it's just really the gesture of helping out I'm looking for. I don't actually care what you do with the candy, but whatever. It's cool. It's cool.
Oh, I'll remember not to do that again. Thank you, everyone. Oh, but this is one of my faves. Since we came back, a little while ago, one of my favorite new ones. It's not even a new one anymore. It's a staple now. It's gone from new to beloved.
It's a fan favorite.
It is.
Let's call it a fan favorite.
It's replaced all the other fan favorites that every other segment is. It's segment 3. It's recipes. Over the years, the bowl of our lives have pinches, dashes, and heaping handfuls of ingredients thrown in, which change our makeup and affect the recipe of who we are. We're all made of smaller elements, which make the larger recipe of our lives. Didn't need that second sentence. And while we all know that snips and snails and puppy dog tails are what little boys are made of, and that sugar and spice and everything nice is what little girls are made of, other things are comprised of ingredients as well, which is why in recipes we ask of you to give us the recipes of what makes up these other various stuffs and things. Sean Crandall, let's hear your recipe for a couple who carves their initials inside of a heart into a tree trunk.
Okay. Well, first you're going to want to find yourself 2 unimaginative dullards with no respect for the environment. Then you're going to need 1 pocket knife, either found in a parking lot or stolen from one of their dads. You're going to need 1 poor tree that bears the marks of generations of other dullard teens who thought this was cute. And you're going to need 4 trees before they found that tree that they tried to carve in, but the bark was too thick. It was just not the right consistency. They were just chipping it off, leaving a trail of destruction in their path. And now, this is to taste. So I'm going to give you 2 popular sort of ingredients that you can choose to decide to taste your meal here. You're going to need either a beautiful relationship that will crumble once they get into college and she realizes he's a dipshit, or a beautiful relationship that will mold into an unhappy, obligatory marriage. And finally, the ravages of time that will turn all of these ingredients into forgotten dust.
Yay.
I had a time with this one.
Oh, good.
Sean hates
I was working some
dullards.
things out.
Yeah.
What do you have against dullards?
Oh. They're the backbone of the economy. Dullards. They buy so much shit they don't need.
I learned the other day they took that. There's that bridge in France. Everyone put a lock to their
Yeah.
They took it down and made it like a glass wall on the bridge now.
Mm-hmm.
I just imagine somewhere in France on a French podcast is a French guy saying whatever is dullard for French, but the prompt was related to a lock.
I'm gonna take a stab.
Mhm.
Is doula doula doula? The D just kind of fades away. Doula.
Yeah. You swallow the final quarter of every word. That's how you do French.
Well, it's a people who love cuisine, so they'll eat the words. So.
Yeah.
Gobble it up.
Even the words aren't safe in France. They're all dripping in hollandaise. Thank you, Sean. Christiana. Oh, wait. Let's go to this window, and this tab in this one. My mind wanders. I can't stay on one thing. I'm listening to you guys, but keep me entertained. Christiana, let's hear your recipe. I thought this might be
a little too close.
Yeah.
A little too close.
I thought I'd lob this to you with both hands. Let's hear your recipe for an injury attorney with billboard ads that uses a rhyme with their name.
Yep. So I'm doing this in blog post form. Okay. Hey guys, I'm back. We just got back from the best weekend in Cancun. I'm going to share with you all the recipes next week. I've got some SpawnCon coming. But anyway, today I wanted to focus on a little bit of a comfort food for me, which is injury attorney billboards. This recipe actually won the Pillsbury Injury Attorney Billboard Bake Off like 2 years in a row. So I wanted to try it out myself, put my own little spin on it, and I think you guys are going to love it, so get ready. Okay, so ingredient wise, I'm just going to do the rundown. Some substitutions are available, so you need 1 part, and I should pause and say this is one of those where I can't give you like the exact measurements, except for a couple things, so it's really like a proportional thing, but you got it. So it's 1 part unfortunate surname, 2 parts tortured pronunciation. Now, the original version of this really asked for Spanish surnames, but I couldn't find any, so English is fine if you have it on hand. It's no big deal. And then this is the only like precise measurement in it, but you want 1.5 tablespoons. Don't at me. I know there's not that many like half tablespoon measures, but you can do it. Try weighing it. You're fine. 1.5 tablespoons of profession related pun. Okay. So you're going to want to take that, I'm using this gifted KitchenAid mixer, that was given to me. It's exclusive 6-quart. You can get it at Kohl's. I'm going to put a link, at the end of this next to the recipe. You're going to mix it liberally as necessary. This recipe should make about 1 for every 2 square miles. Although honestly, like so many things you do in batches, it didn't really make enough, but you want to make sure you just have at least 2 fully formed billboards at the end, because partial batches look weird. Okay, so let's check out my gallery of sample batches. I've got Ambulance Chasing Jason, Broke Your Leg, Break for Greg. This one works best if it's like a storefront billboard, like a big header on it, because it doesn't make sense if you're not like in your car and you can't like break for, do you know what I mean? And then there's Collateral Stopple called Ted Koppel. It doesn't work as much because people think Ted Koppel, the journalist, and he's actually dead, but like there are lawyers whose name were Ted Koppel, so I think if you put enough salt, this one works. And then the last one came out like a little underbaked. It's not terrible, so call Gladys to handle malpractice. Anyway, see you next week.
Oh, just yeah. The accuracy of the blog post was a little too much.
Sort of like it was like a blog post Instagram story hybrid, maybe like halfway through it shifts a little bit.
Sure.
You got the feeling.
Yeah.
You have to have the story there so that you can copyright it.
Oh.
Is that what that
shit, that's like Sean just dropped. That's like real knowledge. I like
yeah.
Yeah.
And
didn't realize that was part of
Accidentes, call Jack Fuentes.
Now make it work for my name. Oh, you can't. Was that injury bananas? Call Christiana's. It doesn't matter.
Thank you, Christiana. And you're welcome. Corey. Oh, man. Corey. Oh, just wind up. Reel back. Let's hear your recipe for the perfect high five.
First, arrange your mise en place. Make sure a thorough inventory of your ingredients has been taken before attempting this delicate dish. 2 sets of 5 fingers are required. And on this, there can be no substitutions. If one has too many or not enough fingers, this dish will be altered drastically. Certain regions actually prefer these variations, but by all culinary standards, they are not considered a perfect high five. After the ingredients are assembled, slap them together. Slap them real hard. Enough to sting, but not quite hard as to make the other hand say something like, "Hey, what the fuck, man? Cool it."
Yeah. Need the pins and needles.
Yeah.
Nice
Just
little-
a little. Just
yeah.
a little something to make you know you're alive.
Yeah, and just the thunderclap that everybody around just. Whoop, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Oh, they're having a good time.
Something cool happened. Man.
That guy got
Hot
laid.
tip. Hot tip.
Uh-huh.
Look
Yeah.
at the elbow.
Yep.
Look at the other
yeah.
person's elbow.
Yeah.
As you're swinging.
That's what I've heard. That's the key.
I like to miss it on purpose because then if I make it a dumb bit, I can just lean into that and I never have to actually make contact. So instead, I just go over the top every time, like, I'm missing you. It's clearly a hilarious joke on my part, but also I don't want to touch you.
Such a great bit.
It's a great bit.
I'm not huge on the high fives either. But sometimes, every once in a while,
Sometimes they do feel good.
I will just go whole hog.
Yeah.
And I'll get the full
Yeah.
reaching
Coming down and then
grab
coming on.
something to
Yeah.
the ground.
Boom! Yeah.
It's just the bottom lock. You have to. You're good. Thank you, Jack. Tell them prerequisite for being on the list is watching the episode. All right. Segment 4, Versus v. Versus. I roll this out every once in a while when the other 3 panelists have had too many of the varying other segment 4s, and we have to shake it up. So when our regulars have been hit too often, we'll roll out Versus v. Versus. Hi, guys. Welcome. Good to see you. I like to think you're here specifically for this show and not the open mic. It's segment 4. It's
Those
Versus
are
v.
comics.
Versus.
Those are clearly comics.
Yeah.
Look how funny they look.
Good to see you guys. All right. I have to give it the full intro because
Yes.
we never do this.
Yes.
So, segment 4. Versus v. Versus. Fight! 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 Oh, the memories of schoolyard chants and the chill it sends through our bodies. A mix of dread and fight-or-flight adrenaline, the unsettling, clammy feeling of youth. Yet still, as grown-up people adults, we are still drawn to fighting, both real and imagined. And in Versus v. Versus, you're presented with a confrontation between 2 combatants and asked to give us the results of this clash of the titans. So go on. Give us a rundown of how these fights go in your mind. Still a really nebulous segment that I don't... It's open to so much interpretation. Sean, I've been looking forward to this one for a day and a half. Sean.
when you first wrote it.
Yes. Let's hear your rundown for how this fight goes between Zen Buddhism versus a Trader Joe's parking lot.
So, as I got this prompt yesterday, and I am prone to research things like Zen Buddhism, I didn't actually finish writing the prompt. So, much like a Zen Buddhist, I'm going to meditate through this entire experience. But what is key here is that this individual has attained bodhisattva. They have achieved enlightenment, and they are here. They are remaining here on the earth to guide others to the path of Buddhahood. Okay. And so they look at the parking lot itself. What is the main problem? Too many cars. Too little spots. Mm-hmm. Now, what you're going to want to do, if you're this bodhisattva Zen Buddhist, is in the middle of the night, come in with a steamroller or some other caterpillar and just eliminate the parking lot entirely so that people can walk in and get their dunkers and their butter chickens in peace without having to fight over spots. If there's no spots, there's nothing to fight over. There's just Trader Joe's and Trader Jose's and Trader Giotto's. Although I think we are starting to cancel those one by one.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, that's a very zen approach.
How does a steamroller destroy a parking lot?
Well, after the other Caterpillar equipment that he also mentioned, you can back.
Yeah. I mean,
you can dig it out.
This guy is also a construction guy, and he owns all this stuff. Don't look too much into it.
Gotcha.
Shut up. I hate you.
Gotcha. All right. I wasn't sure what needed to be rolled with steam.
Well, I imagine after you dig the lot out, you're
gonna have to make it clean again. But then here's the thing: people are gonna park on that. You're gonna make it nice and smooth. They're gonna park on that.
It's true.
As long as there's no dedicated spots.
Oh, okay. So you just don't like the structure, the dogma, really, of
exactly.
a parking lot. You don't like the rigid, instructions of the parallel lines. It's really the lines you have a problem with. It's not the parking lot structure itself. It's the lines. Lines.
Rigidity.
Exactly.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm glad we had this talk show.
me too. Like, and maybe together we'll be able
I feel
to
safe
help others.
that we could just talk this out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm also not sure how it's universally true that it's not that there's not enough spots. It's that it's just actually too small.
Yeah.
That's not. There's not enough room for
poor planning.
It's like they choose the worst possible set. Okay, you know what?
They choose chaos.
I have to find my my zen, because just thinking about it is harming it. Yeah. So thank you, Sean. Christiana, again, I just thought I'd just nerf right into you. Let's see who would win in your mind in this fight between all of your exes versus a haunted house.
Yeah, because that's not like a triggering fucking prompt, dude. Thank you.
Come on, venting. It's I don't know.
I mean,
it's catharsis. We're here to help. We're here
to evaluate who would win. I'm gonna have to go into this haunted house with my exes. So already,
right. I didn't think about that.
Already, so I mean, basically, there's three chances. There's three exes that have this chance to get through this haunted house, right? First up is let's call him Mike, because that was his name. He has to face off against the ghost of my ethnic identity. So he hits the uppercut of my wife's gonna take my name when we get married, and then the ghost hits him back with no. And then, and the ghost wins because he's just like, I'm out. That was it. So,
all right, Mike was a quitter. All right, next.
That was easy. The second one actually, the ghost of an ex who was like really, really tall. And in this case, he doesn't have to do anything. He wins because this haunted house is like not Scary Farm. And if you go, like, you spend a lot of money with tickets to go to get scared, and then the person you're with is like super tall. The ghosts are like too scared because they think he's gonna like punch them back, and so you're like, okay. So in that one, the ghost just walks away, right?
So rubber match.
So we've got the ghost won the first one, the boy won the second one. It's a draw. So like whether this haunted house can be beat all comes down to the last ex.
Okay.
Who worked at Fox News. This is not a bit. That part's true. Okay. He was like D-list, but he was an on-air person, and you're all just gonna have to think about that and figure it out. You can't. And in that situation, there is no fighting. They embrace, and they just go off together to live in hell.
All right. Well,
no one should have bought tickets to this fight. This fight was just rigged from the start.
Yeah. Well,
now it's an A24 horror movie.
It's 100% A24.
It's ambiguous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They walk into the haunted house together, and then the camera pans, and like it's like a tilt shift thing, and they're like, "Oh, it's a TV."
All right. Well, I don't know that we've had that many draws, so good. I'll accept it. And again, sorry. No wonder it's taken so long.
I'm gonna have to ask Sean for like some Zen advice later. We're gonna have to do some guided meditation. So I can...
Yeah, I'll read the Wikipedia page back to you. It'll be good.
Oh, I need to donate more every year to Wikipedia because it is the backbone of this show. All right, Corey, I don't know. Let's finish up this versus. This is where I get whimsical.
Yeah, that's a word for it, Jesse. That's a word for it.
I did not envy you for this one.
Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes the opposite of that. So who would win in this fight between a 2011 Dodge Durango with multiple recall notices and nothing left to lose versus a ragtag group of mismatched dish towels recently donated to Goodwill with everything to live for?
I knocked this one out of the park. So this was an ugly one, I'll tell you. Not a lot of people know this, but they actually used to date.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, there's some history there, for sure.
Yikes.
See, things started to go sour around the third recall notice. The Towels had been very patient to a point. Now they felt that they couldn't rely on the Dodge, or even trust him for that matter, and it made them reevaluate the whole relationship. And can you blame them? Of course you can't. They're out there trying to make, a difference in the world, trying to move up. And the Dodge is back to its same old bullshit. Oh, sure, it was cute when they were first getting to know each other. It was exciting and maybe even a little sexy how sometimes the airbags would just deploy for no reason. But they're not kids anymore. It's time to stop taking from the world and start giving back for a change. And you know what I think? I think these towels are going to make some nice dishes feel very dry indeed. The Towels won.
Okay. I was not prepared for it to wrap up so...
See, I'm worried that made too much sense.
Yeah. It's always the challenge. And I enjoy when nonsense can be made to make sense. That's a true love story. Segment 5, Angry Poem. I don't know the last time we ended with an angry poem. I could look it up because I do that sort of thing.
You got that spreadsheet
I
action
keep those
going.
records. But I thought we'd shake it up because why not? So, Angry Poem. Finishing the show. You're not an angry person, but your art is. And that's okay. You are not what you make. It is merely an expression of something primal and relatable and hopefully monetizable busting forth from within you. In Write an Angry Poem About It, as the segment title suggests, we'd like to hear an angry poem about the following subjects. Sean Crandall. I don't check if I've done these combinations before, so I don't know. I think this is new. Sean, let's hear your angry poem about mice.
Now, I'm going to preface this with I've been watching a lot of reruns of Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Okay.
So this is going to be done in the style of a hoedown.
Sure.
Jesse wants an angry poem about some little mice. Now, I don't know about you, but that don't seem quite nice. How could you be mad at all those fluffy little cuties? But maybe Jesse's pissed off because he got ratatouille.
All right.
Because he got ratatouille?
Yeah. Sure.
All right.
Look, not all ratatouille situations are good.
Yeah. You just see the positive ones. You don't.
Those are the only ones the news want to tell you about.
Yeah. They hide
Have you seen the
rest.
statistics on ratatouille crime?
You don't see the tiny little mouse pulling at what's left of my hair to write these terrible, terrible prompts. It's the worst. Sean Crandall. Hey there. Sorry.
Hi.
Hi. Where can folk enjoy more Sean Crandall out in the wild?
Sometimes I'm in the forest.
Yeah.
I blend in real well, but hunting season's coming up, so you can get me there. You can more easily hunt me on Twitter.
Yes.
I'm at Sean Crandall, and you can also find me on Drakes of Craigs, a show where me and two friends dive into Craigslist to find the worst of it and bring it back to you.
Yes.
As if that's what you asked for.
Well, if they show up, then it is. Well, hope to have you guys back around these parts soon. I will be bothering you soon.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I look forward to being bothered.
Yeah. No, love having you guys around. It's been empty. First Saturdays at 7 have been empty without you. So, yeah. Good to see you back, Sean. Christiana, we've heard an angry poem about mice. Christiana, let's hear an angry poem about spice. Mm-hmm. All right.
Grated are my feelings, like the nutmeg on this eggnog. Dried are my hopes, like the tarragon in this jar. Ground is my will, like that packet of 5 spice. Black is my heart, like this pepper. Fresh is how I'm about to get, like this bunch of cilantro. Slapping you in the face, like the powder of this chili. Dash away from your bullshit, I will, like the misses on this Italian medley. Salty is all I feel when I'm with you, asshole.
It feels like that's got to be.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Absolutely.
Snapper for sure.
Oh yeah.
That's a classic snapper.
Oh, good. Christiana, hey, I don't know. Wait, do I have? Yes, I've got the one place that I know of. But how else can people enjoy more Christiana outside the very specific confines of this episode of the Stab Show?
Well, I mean, there is the Instagram. You're not going to get a ton of comedy. There are going to be a lot of quilt content.
Quilts, yeah.
And lately, just my cat, because I'm not doing anything that's more interesting. You can't find me anywhere but Stab, although at some point I will yield to Jesse's, like, why don't you come back to a stage maybe sometime. Maybe this summer.
Yeah.
Maybe this summer.
That'd be wonderful.
If the people want me, otherwise just Stab. Nowhere. I'm not interested. Thank you.
No, we always have guest opportunities on Regular Exclusive Blend. We would love to have you. So whenever you're ready, a little improv, guys. First Saturday. Is it the first Saturday? Let's call it the first Saturday of the month, 8 o'clock. I'm not sure. Check stabcomedytheater.com for full details. Corey Barron. Oh, thank you, Christiana. First and foremost.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Christiana. Good to have
You're
you back. Corey Barringer. Let's wrap up this program. But before we do, there's a myriad of ways, but I'm going to let you explain them.
Yeah.
Of how to get more Corey Barringer in your life.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Both of those are at Hunky Corey. And then I also post a bunch of fun stuff on TikTok. That's just at Corey Barringer. That's been a lot of fun lately. And I co-host a semi-improvised stand-up show here every 4th Saturday of the month with Emma Haney called Warm Takes. That's a real hoot of a show.
Always a good time.
But yeah, that's it. And then we go around town doing the general stand-ups type stuffs.
Sure.
But mostly Stab.
Well, happy to have you, as always.
Thank you.
Hey, Corey.
Yes.
We've heard an angry poem about mice.
We have. This is true.
We've heard an angry poem about spice.
Yep. That came after.
Let's hear your angry poem about twice.
You got me. I thought you was going to say cereal.
You done goofed.
Yeah.
All right. So here's a poem entitled Twice.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the first time. It was fine. We all have opinions, you with yours and me with mine. Mm-hmm. But now you want it twice, and I gotta draw the line. Once was enough. I got the gist. Seems very unlikely anything was missed, let alone sensational enough to convince this old dog to learn a second trick. It was perfectly nice, but not for the price. So I simply refused to be circumcised twice.
And that was Stab. Thank you for joining us. And, of course, a special thank you to our incredible panel, Sean Crandall, Christiana, and Corey Barringer. Now, if you thought that was great, but could only be bested by seeing it live as it happens, well, you can, either by coming out to Stab Comedy Theater or tuning in to Stab TV on Twitch Thursday nights at 7 p.m. or if you'd like to catch the 300 plus other episodes very similar but distinctly different than this one, you can catch Stab any old time via the podcast provider of your choice, be it Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or the Good Pods app. Why not download the Good Pods app? You don't have enough apps. And that's it for tonight. Once again, I've been your host, Jesse Jones, and this is your last chance to set that alarm. If you forget, you can't say we didn't try. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Good night. Good stuff, guys. Well done.
Great
well
job.
done. Yeah.
Good job, everyone.
So good. That's the end of the show proper. Huh?
I'm glad to see Chekhov's burrito is finally getting utilized.
Oh, yeah. It was there. That roughly 45 minutes was enough digestion for the first 5-6
Oh, yeah.
of
I'm
that
feeling
burrito.
great.
Yeah. And just topped it off. Left a little snack, a little saucisson of burrito to wrap it
That
up.
was my prize for finishing the stupid show.
That's your good job burrito butt. And you know, burrito butt, that's where all the tastiest stuff settles.
Yeah.
It's all in there.
And it all goes to my butt.
in a tortilla diaper. All right, guys. That's it for us. Let me get this going. If I were more professional, I would have had it ready. You know what? We're going to play this track again. I don't give a shit. You get your own theater.
Have a good night, you two. Bye-bye.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
That's it for us. The open mic is coming up in about a half hour, but you have to be here for that. That's we're not streaming that. Who would stream an open mic? That's nonsense. So, good to see you guys. So let me get you out of here and send you to, I don't know, who else is doing something right now? Who of our friends is out there and could use upwards of 6 new viewers? How about, you know what, we haven't sent down to Private Street in a while. Go enjoy Private Street comedy down in Los Angeles. And be back here, not tomorrow, not Saturday. We're taking a couple days off because it's the 5th weekend, and I did nothing to book it. I'm sorry. I'm going to work around here and do some stuff. Come back Sunday, May 1st, for the return of the arena. In the meantime, hold on for this raid. Private Street comedy, I think. Hold on for the raid. I'll see you guys back here Sunday.
Thanks, it was fun.
Yeah. So much fun. Always so much fun. Is this not working? Is this raid not working? What is happening? Did I fail? Oh, no, there it goes. It's happening.
All right, I'm going to log off. I'll see you later.
All right. Oh, jam into the Pac-Man theme back there behind you.
I have backup dancers all the time.
Good night, ma'am. Good to see you. I'll talk to you soon.